Welcome back to another Saturday episode of the Maximum Lawyer Podcast. This is Tyson, and I'm really excited to talk to you about today's episode. I'm going to be helping you explain your niche. Okay, I think this is a really really easy way of doing it. I'll give you a couple examples. Sometimes I think we struggle with this a bit, and it's going to be pretty helpful. I was doing an interview with a guild member the other day, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, and it had me thinking about this. So before I get to that, though, I want to remind you if you want me to cover something on here, and I'll tell you, it's been really cool being at the Quarterly Mastermind here in Charlotte. That's where I'm recording this episode. And it's cool hearing people talk about the Saturday episodes, and it's something that people have brought up over and over again. And it's cool seeing the numbers. We watch the numbers too, but it's an even better experience for me whenever I have people that tell me, "Hey, I was watching this episode and you mentioned this thing," and so I think it's pretty cool. And or I guess they don't say they're watching the episode; they usually say that they're listening to the episode. But we do have these on YouTube as well. But it is cool to hear that from people, and also getting those text messages. So when you text me, I'd love to see it. So text me at 314-501-9260, 314-501-9260. Let me know what you want me to cover, or just say hi. Make sure you put your name in there in case I don't have it. Okay, so make sure you do that. All right, so let's get into today's topic, and that's defining your niche. And so where I had this idea was I was interviewing Ashley Smith. She represents dentists that are transitioning out of their practice. Okay, so it's essentially selling their practice, and it's not always selling the practice. They may work for the practice for a while. It doesn't matter what it is, but she helps people transition out of their practice, and dentists transition out of their practice. So I think a really simple way of just explaining your niche to people, where like if you're a criminal defense attorney, like, well, what do you do for? I'm a criminal defense attorney. I think people typically do get that. I don't think it's as powerful, but I think people do understand. Hey, I'm a criminal defense attorney. If I say I'm a personal injury attorney, there's so many misconceptions about a personal injury attorney that, and I think to some people it's somewhat triggering. It's almost like talking about being a vegan or CrossFit, things like that. People are very polarized about things, and personal injury attorney be polarizing. But I think there's a simple formula that you can use to explain this to people that may be a little bit less polarizing. So here's the formula. Okay. It's very, very simple, but I think it's an effective way of doing it. So first one is, okay, who's your target market? Who? It's the who part of it. Okay. Target market. Who? Who are we talking about? So in my case, it's people that have been in a car crash, or for Ashley, it's dentists. Okay. Or for people that are criminal defense attorneys, people that have been charged with a crime, that kind of thing. And then what you do is you add in, okay, the value that you provide to them. Okay. So Ashley's might be, I represent dentists transition out of their practices so they can live the lives that they've always wanted to live. That kind of a thing. Whatever flavor you want to put onto it. Um, criminal defense attorneys. You know, I help people that have been charged with a crime navigate the criminal system because put a because in there, and why. Um, for me, I help people, and I may not say car crash, but I think it would be easier if I did say car crash because most people get that. The only reason why I hesitate a little bit is because, well, what do you do? Dog bites? Do you do this? And maybe it is a good way of triggering that so they can ask more questions. So I might say, I represent people that have been injured in a car crash, get to the doctors they need to see, get their medical bills paid, and get some money in their pocket so they can get their lives back on track after being injured. That kind of a thing. And so it's a really simple thing. The who, you know, I represent people that have been injured, or I represent people that have been injured in a car crash. And then the value, okay, getting them to doctors, getting their medical bills paid, putting some money in their pocket so they can move on with their lives. That's it's a really simple way of doing it. It's a simple formula. I think this is easier to understand because I have talked a little bit about elevator pitches in the past. This gives you a formula though. So this allows you to explain your niche. It's just a simple, who plus the value you provide. That's it. So hopefully this was an easy way for you to understand this, an easier way of understanding this, and something you can use to implement. Um, and you that way you can add it to your arsenal of tools. But that's all I have for you this week. Just as a reminder, make sure you shoot me a text. I would love to hear from you. I love doing these episodes. I think it's a lot of fun. It's great hearing about them, but more importantly, it's important that uh, you all get some value out of it. And I want to make sure that that is happening. So if there's anything you want me to cover, make sure you do let me know. Until next week, remember that consistent action is the blueprint to that turns your goals into reality. Take care. Have a great weekend.